Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video I'd like to speak with you about what's going on in the markets today. Now before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. Now I also like to say big thank you guys for all the likes you provided throughout all of these videos, especially last week's. That one, you really made it shine. If you haven't seen it, take a look at the corner here in the box. I think you'll definitely like it. And let's get going with the video. You know, this is one of those videos I'd rather not make, but I think it'd be a big disservice to you guys if we skipped it and just, you know, called everything honky-dory. The truth is the markets are going down. You know, nothing lasts forever, and we knew this was going to happen. And this is, I consider this kind of like the warning shot that we unfortunately did not get at the beginning of last year when the markets toppled and a lot of companies went out of business. I mean, you guys remember March, April, and May were really bad. But, you know, the truth is we had, you know, three and a half months of bad markets, but, you know, we had lots of months of very good markets, because from the second week of June all the way through, you know, the end of December and even to the beginning of January of 2021, it was markets that were fantastic. And in fact, I'll even say this, the markets are still very good. You'll see in the second portion of this video that the markets are still warm. Yeah, the rates aren't where they used to be, but they're still very good. So this is just the kind of the beginning of the slowdown. The markets are not going to topple. They're not going to plummet. This is not going to be like jumping into a cold pool of water and then having to acclimate to the cold, but then, you know, you kind of deal with it. It's going to be a slow decline. And in some ways, this is more painful because what's going to happen is that a lot of truck drivers are going to regress to the same behavior that we saw back in April and March and in May and, you know, the early months of last year, where they basically said, okay, well, it was a bad day. Let's wait another day. Maybe tomorrow's going to be better. Okay, bad week. Maybe next week. Let's do better. Come on, guys. Let's get better rates. The problem is that the markets decline and the rates go down and down and down. It's in your best interest to take the loads that are being offered to you by dispatch. Believe me, these guys that we're working with, our dispatchers, they're extremely knowledgeable, very talented guys, very experienced. They know how to get you the best rates. They know what they're doing. It's in, you know, it's in your best interest to take these loads, but it's also in our best interest because we work on a commission basis. We want to make sure you guys succeed. That's the honest truth. We want to make sure you succeed. But if the market's paying $1 per load, we can't get you $3, right? We're never going to leave money on the table. That's the truth. We're going to squeeze out everything we possibly can out of brokers, you know, freight forwarders, 3PLs, what have you. But the truth of the matter is that we work based on a market, and that what the market is showing right now is that rates are going down. Tonnage is going down. Now, if you listen to the news that's out there, I mean, we ourselves have produced some of these videos that where we reviewed what the analysts were saying. I mean, I'd go through a lot of what the analysts were saying and kind of compile it together and then bring it to you guys in a video. And the analysts were recently saying that, hey, we're going to have a fantastic 2021. First and second quarter are going to be red hot and things are going to be wonderful and everybody's going to make money hand over fist. The problem is they can say that, but the markets will do what they do, right? So unfortunately, what we're seeing is lower tonnage. Rates are going slowly down, and it's probably going to continue in that downward trend. Now, why is that happening? Well, who knows? Truth is, does it really matter? Does it really matter if you knew why this was happening? Now, my hope is that this is just a seasonal thing. You know, those of you guys who are veterans to this industry, who've been doing this a long time, the trucking game, you know that generally speaking, January and February are, you know, the toughest months and rates do go down. So my hope is that this is a seasonal thing and things will improve and things will go great after this. The problem is that it may or may not be that case. It may or may not be the case, right? So what we're seeing is the rates are going down. So what I'm hoping for is that over the past several months, you've been able to save some money, you've been able to take care of your equipment, you know, maintenance, repairs, set aside funds for operating costs in case the rates do really go down drastically, and you're able to get through these difficult times. Because just like in a video that I recorded, that many of you guys, if you know, longtime subscribers, you might remember that back in April we made a video. Definitely take a look at that for a refresher. If you haven't seen it or if it's been a while, take a look, because what we're going to see now is going to be very similar to that. So you know, you want to make sure you survive that, because once you get through that period, once again the markets are going to rebound and you're going to get lots and lots of freight at excellent rates, because unfortunately more companies are going to shut down, and those of you guys who survive are going to benefit from this. Once again, we're going to be there every step of the way with you guys, and we're just asking you to work with dispatch, to trust them. We've never served you a bad hand, if you will, and we're going to continue working very hard to take care of you guys all the way through the ups and downs of every market. So Please do, take this as it is intended. This is just there to be helpful. If you have any questions whatsoever, please leave us a comment. I'd love to, comment section below. Would love to talk to you guys about that. And, hang on. We've been through the worst times and we'll make it, so hang on to your hats. It's going to be possibly a wild ride. And we'll see you guys in just a moment. Going to cover those loads. Welcome back, guys. Let's take a look at some of these loads. It's actually a pretty good week, and you'll see. Burien, Washington, going to Boise, Idaho. This was a dry van. Going with a 42,000-pound load of non-hazmat batteries, 501 miles booked at $1,400, which got them $279 a mile. Then Twin Falls, Idaho, going to Reno, Nevada, 41.7 on the weight, load of sugar, 452 miles booked at $1,300, which got them $288 per mile. Then Minden, Nevada, going to Auburn, Washington, 17,000-pound load of Starbucks coffee. This one was going to the headquarters in Washington, so a very special load, 730 miles booked at $3,200, got them $438 per mile. Excellent job. Finally, they took a load out of Kent, Washington, going to Fruitland, Idaho. That was a 4,700-pound load of empty cans going to the Coca-Cola facility there, 439 miles booked at $1,250, which got them $285 per mile. Excellent. These guys ran from Monday to Monday with a 34-hour reset that they got over the weekend and at home. Grossed $7,150, ran 2,122 miles at an average of 337 per mile loaded and 308 per mile with deadhead included, while they only had 198 miles of deadhead. So excellent job, $7,150 in gross. Then we got a reefer coming out of Crete, Nebraska, going to Greenfield, Indiana, 39,000-pound load of frozen pork. The load was booked at $2,500, but ended up incurring 8 hours of detention. Then our guys were able to negotiate with the broker at $250, which got them $2,750 booked. Of 678 miles, which is 406 per mile. Finally, they did Indianapolis, Indiana, with a one-pick 3-dropper with drops in Lima, Ohio, Findlay, Ohio, and Maumee, Ohio. This was a 17,000-pound load of chilled beef. An excellent rate. This took 2 days to run, only 248 miles, but it was booked at $2,000, which got them $806 per mile. All in all, these guys ran from Monday to Friday morning. It was 4 days of actual running, $4,750 a gross at an average of $513 per mile loaded and $486 with deadhead. So they had 926 miles with 51 miles of deadhead, which got them $4,750 in that reefer. Excellent job. Not a lot of miles, so not a lot of fuel burned. Very well done. Next, we have a dry van. You're going to like this one. Dry van coming out of Wichita, Kansas, going to Phoenix, Arizona. This was 43.8 on a weight load of consumer foods and beverages. 1,009 miles booked at $3,000, got them $297 per mile. Then a load right out of Phoenix going to Riverton, Wyoming. This was 44.5 on a weight for a load of dry groceries. 938 miles booked at $3,500, got them $373 a mile. And then Worland, Wyoming, going to Tombwater, Washington. A light load, 8,000-pound load of aluminum cans. This was 979 miles booked at $3,500, which got them $358 per mile. They ran Friday to Friday, ended up grossing $10,000 in a dry van with an average of $342 per loaded mile. Running Midwest to the West, 34-hour reset was included over the weekend, so that's part of that. 2,926 miles booked at $342 per mile. Excellent. $10,000 on a dry van. Market's going down. Little Rock, Arkansas, going to Bentonville, Arkansas. This is a dry van with full of appliances at 30,000 pounds, 215 miles booked at $800, got them $372 per mile. Then Rogers, Arkansas to Sedalia, Missouri. Load of Tyson products, 16 pallets at 41,520 pounds. 215 miles booked at $1,100, got them $512 per mile. Then Kansas City, Kansas, going to Boss, Missouri. 18 pallets of batteries, total weight of 27,600 pounds. 263 miles booked at another $1,100, got them $418 per mile. And in St. Louis, Missouri, going to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It was a beer load, 44,000 on the weight, 499 miles booked at $2,200, got them $441 per mile. These guys ran Monday to Thursday. An excellent gross of $5,200. Ran 1,192 miles at an average of 436 per mile. That's loaded with only 208 miles of deadhead. 80% of the loads were in the Midwestern section for this dry van. Every weekend, this gentleman likes to spend at home. He was able to take care of that and get it done. Very, very high average for this period of the year. We're doing the best we can, and we certainly did. 436 per mile average. Next, we got a reefer coming out of Marinette, Wisconsin, going to Willoughby, Ohio. 4,700-pound load of John Deere tractor parts deposited in oil. This one had to be kept warm at 65 degrees. It was a 24/7 pickup and delivery on this one. 622 miles booked at $2,400. Got them $386 a mile. Then it took a one-pick 5-dropper, an interesting load, coming out of Kenton, Ohio. The drops were in Clarksville, Tennessee, and Franklin, Tennessee. 2 drops in Huntsville, Alabama, and a final in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. This one was, let's take a look. It was a 40,000-pound load of milk, and all the drops were actually to some of the local shops, and basically it was the only truck delivering just a few pallets at a time, so it was quick in and out. 833 miles booked at 2,700 miles. That's $324 per mile. And finally, West Point, Mississippi, going to Charlotte, North Carolina. 39,000-pound load of frozen meats. A late pickup, late delivery. 522 miles booked at $2,100, got them $402 per mile. These guys did an amazing job. 6 days on the road with only 1 day of a break in between. $7,200 gross, 1,977 miles booked at $364 per loaded mile and $331 with deadhead included. They only had 197 miles of deadhead, and this was a reefer with some, I would say, excellent pricing. Next, we have a dry van coming out of Jeffersonville, Indiana, going to Aurora, Colorado. 10,000-pound load of consumer goods, very light, 1,102 miles. Booked at $2,900, got them $263 per mile. Then Denver, Colorado, going to Great Falls, Montana. A 44,000-pound load of beverages, 771 miles booked at $2,200. This got them $285 a mile. And Great Falls, Montana to Paris, California. This 1,239 miles for a load of baking flour, 44,000 pounds on weight, and booked at $2,850 with an average of $230 per mile, and they go to a very good market. That's Friday to Friday that they ran. $7,900 booked in gross, $255 per loaded mile. Gentleman likes to go through the mountains. He's not scared of the snow, the rain, the sleet. He enjoys it. Ended up making really good money, very good money for a dry van indeed. 3,112 miles that he ran. Finally, we have a dry van going out of Eloy, Arizona, going to Bozeman, Montana. 25,000-pound load of carts, 1,134 miles, booked at $3,400. That got him exactly $3 a mile. Then Three Forks, Montana, going to Kearney, Nebraska. 41.5 on the weight, a load of milk powder, 895 miles, booked at $2,050. Got him $229 a mile. And a final out of York, Nebraska, going to Greenville, Mississippi. This is 35,000-pound load of palletized seed, 826 miles, booked at $2,300, which got him $278 a mile. Excellent job running Monday to Monday, west to southwest. $7,750 in gross, $271 per loaded mile. 34-hour reset included over the weekend, and ended up making really good money. $271 running in those markets. I think they did a great job ending up in Mississippi running in those markets. So certainly, market is certainly going down, as we can see by some of these rates. Other rates are showing you that if you're in the right place, working with the right loads, you're going to make money. Needless to say, 2,855 miles ran at 271 average, and if you want to make money like this, we can help you. This is really the time to get yourself a very strong dispatcher. If the markets do go down like we saw at the beginning of last year, you don't want to be stuck, trying to book your own loads or work with a weak dispatch team. We've been doing this for a long time. This is not our first rodeo. So we work with carriers operating under their own MC authorities. We can dispatch you, book your loads. We can also work with leased on owner operators. We have one of the lowest cost owner-operator programs, and we're very, very transparent. You can get more information on our website at aftdispatch.com/go. You can also, fill out the chat box. It only takes a few seconds. You'll get a response there. Just leave us your information. We'll get in touch with you. You can always call or text our phone number at 801-448-6363, and we will get back to you as well. And until next week, guys, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.